Hello everybody, how are you doing today? This is me, Jennifer the J Shrink, and I'm going to talk about a very delicate, sad situation. It recently happened to me, and I'm sure it's happening to some of y'all. Knowing when the time to euthanize your pet. And I came up on this article from alternate.org magazine, June the 7th, 2018. It says, in many cases, the lives of pets are needlessly prolonged, which could cause undue suffering for the animals and an increased financial burden for the families. Okay. Okay, that is me and my service dog, Heidi. My former service dog, Heidi. Okay. Y'all see her? I had to have Heidi euthanized. It was very dramatic and traumatic. Okay, she was my service dog for 6 years. And some people just don't know when they need to put their service dog, to sleep, or their cat or whatever. That I'm used to talking. I'm sorry. I'm used to talking about service and companion animals because that's what I specialize in. Anyway, your pet. If your pet is in, like for instance, my cousin had a dog that'd be 17 years old. Okay, the dog was blind, deaf, had arthritis, was in pain, and she just let the dog live until it died. So, but my other cousin had one. Hers, when she saw it go down, her dog go down, her black Labrador. He was 11, I think. The family quickly made the decision that the dog, it was not benefiting living at all because it couldn't control things. And of my dog Heidi, she was my service dog. And she could no longer perform the functions of a service dog because you have to, when you give the place where you go, or apartment, a house, or whatever, you have to have the mental health professional say how the animal is going to help you, in what ways. And Heidi couldn't help because her back was broke. Well, it wasn't broke. Some type of disc, the vet said, because she was fine up until one morning. I woke up and I was trying to get her down. She normally gets me up, and she had problems getting down, and her legs was dragging in the back, and I was like, what? So, but I took her to the vet, and he said that she had inherited that some type of disc problems in her back, and that it would cost $2,500, and it would be done in Dallas. So I came back, I looked at her, and I spent a week with her because he told me to spend some time with her. I spent a week with her, and it was just sad. Just dragging her legs. Her legs was just dragging. And she was just trying to play. She was trying to do, she used to like to jump and clown, and she couldn't do any of that. All she could do was drag those legs. So I just I just spent a little time with her, and I cried, and she even managed to get herself on in my lap and started licking away the tears and started kind of hugging me with that one of her two good legs on my on my chest, and it was just so sad because she was doing her service dog duties, and she was the one that had the problem. So it just was sad. I was just sad. I would cry every time I see her. So as we know, people, service dogs, I said they had to perform a task. Well, pets, that's a different matter. Because people had told me, but why don't you go and get one of those little wheel things and put on the back of her legs, and she can walk with that little wheel thing on the back. I say, no, my dog was registered as a service dog. She has to be able to perform the tasks that outline in her service letter. And having one of those little doggy wheelchair things, that's no longer a service dog, that's a pet. And I need a service dog. So that was a sad part about it. And but a lot of people do. I've seen things on GoFundMe, $2,000 because the dog had a tumor or something like that. But I did have a dog that went blind. Well, he had cataracts. He'll be 14, but he got around pretty good. And that was costly too, so at the time I couldn't do that. Because he was all 14 years old. He had lived his life, and So it's just saying in this article, a survey was conducted over the last 2 decades indicating an increasing number of pet owners who profess to view their animals as members of the family. In some surveys, it is as high as 95%. But in nearly all surveys, it's higher than 80%. Because, the dog is going to love you no matter what. It doesn't care. It's not going to be mad at you. And that's when the growth of veterinary medicine and ethics went to put the dog or the cat to sleep. If it's not enjoying life, if its quality of life is gone, and you just selfishly want to prolong the animal's life, that's not good for the animal, because animals, unlike humans, they live in the here and now, so they can't forecast their futures like people can. So it also talked in this article about the veterinarians seeing cases where people just throw their animals away. The animals just inconvenient. You've seen those black comedians talking about they go and get a puppy, and then they go out to the field and throw it away. Just throw the dog away. The dog's not fitting in with the person's lifestyle. They want it euthanized. And the dog is perfectly is in perfect health. So it says if the animal has lost its ability to have positive experiences, it's often easy to just let go, like I did with Heidi, because she was a clown. Dachshunds are funny little dogs. And you know, they just happy now. And it also said that a recent study of veterinarians was there a risk of suicide because people were bringing the dogs to be euthanized when nothing was wrong with the dog because the dog was inconvenient. By inconvenient, let's say you got a real hyperactive dog or a dog that barks all the time. They just want to get rid of the dog. They don't have, either they don't have the money, the means, or they just don't feel like going to somebody like Caesar, the dog whisperer, or to get the dog trained. They rather just go on and get the dog euthanized and to solve the behavioral problems. So that's what happened. That's why it's saying that the vets are they're at a risk of suicide for being asked to kill healthy animals for the owner's convenience. And it's not the dog. They can't help how they are. They can't help their behavior. It's the person. So if you, it's kind of like adopting a child. If you don't want to invest in that animal, or if you want to selfishly watch it in pain, you know, just from, you know, and I just couldn't do it right. I'm sorry, I couldn't. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about, and it's hard. When I watched that movie, Marley and Me, when they took Marley to the vet, and the man had to, he just broke down. I did that too. I broke down too, and you know, I never hardly cry. I never hardly cry. But when I got that diagnosis and that euthanization, I cried like a baby. Oh, it was hard on me because I loved her so much. But I have a little dog now, Pilar. She's a Chihuahua, Red Terrier mix. Can you imagine that? She's hyperactive and just like to jump, and oh, she's just something else. But I always get the difficult ones, so I'm slowly but surely training her in her service dog tasks. Sometimes I feel like giving her. One day she made me so mad. I told her I was going to take her back to the animal shelter. You just too, because I was anxious. She was feeling my anxiety. I hadn't trained her yet in how to soothe my anxiety. Therefore, she felt the anxiety in me. I had to get out the house because she was making me anxious. And she was jumping up and she was anxious. And I was saying, oh, I'm going to take you back to the shelter, you know. So I just chilled, thought about it. And then she got better. You know, she's getting better. So I'm able. She's the hardest one I had to teach out of two, but we're going slow, but we're going steady. And I guess that's it. Bye bye.